Hi, this is Jordan with Sling It Lacrosse, and I'm here to talk about fixing your starter stick. So, most starter sticks come with a factory strung pocket, which is great. You get to get a stick that's strung and ready to go out of the gate, but typically they're very generic and strung so anybody can just pick it up and throw with it, usually. A couple things we want to look at. So, when you get your stick, it's probably going to look something like this. Pretty flat pocket, 3 shooting strings, 1 in a U, and then a couple other strings throughout, the bottom, 1 on the top, and 1 on each side. First thing you want to do as soon as you get this stick is really start to stretch out the pocket. You can use the end of a baseball bat, anything that kind of resembles a ball, and really just push that in to try and get the mesh to stretch in as many places as possible. After that, I'll go through and untie all of these knots that are attached with the shooting strings here. So it's just a simple square knot, left over right, then right over left, and so it should be easy to retie after we're done. So we're going to go through and do that. Sometimes these shooting strings are tied too tight by the manufacturer, and they can keep the pocket from breaking in. So now we've got them a little looser. We're going to continue to kind of work that mesh. You can even use a ball to kind of push it in. Take this ball right here, and we'll just kind of use that to work the mesh to slowly stretch it out. The rule is your stick can't be deeper than 1 ball, so keep that in mind as you're going here. So we're going to keep stretching, pushing out until we get somewhat of a pocket forming. Most of these should give you about a 3/4 ball deep pocket here, and it's going to sit somewhere kind of in the middle of the stick. Now, a lot of sticks do break in and they get much deeper. That's typical of starter sticks. So what you want to do in that case is once we've got it fully stretched, and it's going to continue to stretch as you play with it, you can get a little water on it too, that'll help. But you'll notice as we start looking, you'll see some strings are pretty loose. In particular, this string down here, this bottom string. You can see there's a lot of slack to it, and that really lets the pocket stretch out. So what I'm going to do is, if you look under here, there's just 2 simple knots, one on this side, one on this side, tying the string up and around the mesh. So we're just going to unstring one of those and just untie the knot. And these are just simple overhand knots. And then what we're going to do is just pull all the slack out of that throat string. And then we're going to retie that knot just right around the string, pull that tight, and close that. So now our throat string's nice and tight. That'll keep the pocket from really stretching out. And then back to using that ball to continue to push that pocket out. So we've got a good shape to it. We want our shooting strings arranged where the top one here is the tightest, followed by the second one, and then this one is going to be the loosest, really just acting as a guide to help the ball stay in the middle of the stick. And as we retighten them, we just want to make sure that when we do this, we're going to go one side over, like that, get these out of the way, and then again, and just kind of pull that top one tight, so it's about as tight as the mesh is across the top. Then the second one, we don't want to pull as tight, we just want to kind of do it till it's snug, and then again till it's snug, and tighten the end of that knot. So now we've got a little bit tighter, a little bit looser. And then this one right here, we really just want to be as tight as the mesh to begin with. And so again, we're just going to kind of tie that, not snug, but just tight enough where it's all the way down to the string. And then again, we're going to do that again. Alright, so this should hopefully give you a pocket with a nice transition through the shooting strings. Your pocket's not going to get too deep. That's typically what causes sticks to throw down. The ball gets really deep, the mesh really softens up as you play with it. And so that should hopefully help you get it started. From this point, the stick should be absolutely playable. Sometimes there are some other issues going on. STX is constantly changing how they string these sticks, and while they've improved, there have been a couple runs where they just haven't been great. Some of them have really soft mesh, but overall, in my opinion, the STX Av8 is the best starter stick for new players. So really, just a little work to your pocket, you can improve it very rapidly and have a stick that's going to be throwing accurately and consistently. Ultimately, the best thing to do is to learn a little bit about stringing. You can, as we get a little more advanced, we talk about restringing the sidewall string a little bit, and that's ultimately going to change the performance of the pocket overall, make it easier to hold the ball and catch and cradle without getting it too deep and throwing into the ground and all those things that we hate with these new sticks. So really the best thing is to talk to a coach with some experience, or a Sling It employee with some experience about stringing pockets, and see if it is worth restringing. More often than not, a quick restring is really all you need to get that pocket working well. But if you follow the tips of untying the shooting string, stretching out the pocket, tightening this bottom string, and then retying your shooters, more often than not you're going to get a pocket that's going to work for you. And then when you're ready, as you start getting a little more advanced, restringing is the next best thing. Thanks for watching.